You're watching World News. I'm Monita Rajpal in London. For decades, the Kurdistan Workers' Party, or PKK, has been fighting for a separate state of Kurdistan, taking chunks out of four existing Middle Eastern nations. The rebels have often waged hit-and-run attacks on Turkish forces inside Turkey, the latest coming over the weekend. At least 15 Turkish soldiers were killed. In response, in recent months, Turkish warplanes have carried out several airstrikes on suspected bases inside northern Iraq. Now, the PKK is suggesting it wants to open a dialogue with the Turkish government. CNN's Arwa Damon gained exclusive access to a PKK camp in northern Iraq's Kandil Mountains.
From their mountain stronghold, male and female guerrillas launch regular and deadly attacks in Turkey. They say they are driven by centuries-long political and cultural repression of Kurdish minorities in the region. This is the PKK, the Kurdistan Workers' Party. For decades, they have fought Turkey to establish a Kurdish state. The U.S., Iraq, NATO, and Turkey label the PKK a terrorist organization, accusing the PKK of targeting civilians. The PKK says it is defending Kurdish rights and only attacks military targets. We're taken deep into their hideout in northern Iraq's Kandil Mountains, a 5.5-hour hike through rugged terrain, the PKK's natural fortress. We are ready for a political solution, Bahoz Erdal, the PKK's military commander, tells us. He says they are ready to lay down their arms if the solution includes equal rights for Kurds within Turkey. Turkey says it will not negotiate with terrorists. The PKK has an idealistic philosophy, one that combines Kurdish nationalism with certain communist goals, such as equality and communal ownership of property. Rengin, head of the female battalion here, joined when she was 14. She says her father was killed by Turkish forces. She says she joined to fight for Kurdish and women's rights. Women grow up enslaved by society, she tells us. We've gone to war with that. We need to be equal. What the fighters here are telling us is that the cause is much more about generating dramatic social change. Back in 1998, the party's now jailed leader Abdullah Öcalan called it the Women's Party, and the worst insult for a man here is to be called macho. The women run their own assaults and have their own command structure. All tasks are shared on and off the battlefield. As battle-hardened as they are, they seem surprisingly soft-spoken. They say respect for one another is one of their tenets. Western defense analysts estimate the PKK has a few thousand fighters based in Iraq. They stay well-funded by Kurdish expatriates all over the world. They may seem cut off from the world up here, but they have a regular supply of arms and food brought in on mules. And despite the physical hardships, they all say they don't miss their previous lives. On her second night in the mountains, Rengin says her unit came under attack. The battalion's commander was shot in the head. Her head was on my knee, Rengin remembers. As she was dying, she said to me, "Our people are going to get what is rightfully theirs. I'm proud to have died for this. Tell everyone we will succeed." But with the armed struggle bringing few results, the focus appears to be shifting to dialogue, the PKK now reaching out to Turkey and other regional powers for political accommodation. Arwa Damon, CNN, in the Kandil Mountains, northern Iraq.